Today we're double brooding nukes. Hello, I'm Griffiths, looking at Winning Griffith. Here we talk everything beekeeping, farming, countryside living. Now we do reviews as well. Now we are in one of the nuke yards with Andy.
Hello guys.
Andy missed the last two videos.
I do, yeah.
Between different things, but he's back on the channel today. And we are that much in from the road. It's nice and dry here, plenty of grass. We're going to be doing silage here in the next few weeks. But it's still a bit wet over there. And I don't want to risk getting stuck today, so we're just going to carry everything from here. So, Andy's got his new smoker. 2 day dance on the go. We tried different older smokers that I had leaning around.
Yeah, quite a few, and this is the best.
And I tend to agree. Tend to agree with that. The Dayton is a hell of a good smoker. Now, what have we got in the back? Syrup, Payne's double broods, Maysmore double broods, 2 smoker boxes. This one you probably haven't seen before. Will be available on the website soon. I'll try my best to get it out so it's out ready for this video. But yeah, we've got new queens in nukes. We're going to check them today, make sure they're laying, and if there's enough brood in the bottom brood box, we're going to be double brooding them, fill them up to the top with syrup, and basically just leave them for 2 or 3 weeks, come back, split them again. That's how we do splits here. Our nuke production at Winning Griffith, we split the splits and we only do it with nukes. Now let's have a look and see what these double brood boxes are looking like. You've got our wired frames. Now if I have got drawn frames, I do put one in the middle just to help them up straight away. But basically, simple job. I've said we're going to be here an hour and then we'll be back for food, and then we're probably going to start moving bees. Don't know if I'll film that. That may be a bit of a boring video, and we're doing it in the day, which I don't recommend people do. So probably the next video we're going to film after this one is us getting a new site ready for some bees, and we'll probably film us moving bees there in the future. So crack on with this job, because my stomach is going. Is yours?
Yeah.
Hungry but no food till we finish the job. Right, we're down here. Big stack of empty brood boxes, ones we have sold, up there. Now this nuke yard is looking very slim. A lot less units here now, because not everything is able to get a double brood box, because it's quite expensive running everything on double broods. So the ones that we could double brood we have, and the ones we can't, and a lot of them is there. We've been taking them back dribs and drabs, because up there where I've driven in, you may think, Griff, you've been a bit soft driving all the way. Well, you've got to remember, I've got road tyres on. And look down here, still wet in patches of the field, so we don't want to make a mess just because we can drive it. Right, let's see how Andy's getting on over here.
So what we're trying to do here, guys, we're looking for eggs. We want to make sure the queens we put in are taken and that the colonies are successful so far, so we need eggs. The queen, bit of a waste of time looking for her, it could take ages. We need to know eggs. If there's eggs in there, there's a queen and she's laying. We've had most of the feed in a feeder, which is great. Is she on the roof? She is not on the roof there. You can see the queen cage that she would have come out of. We're just going to start at one end. These bees are quite good. Their temperament's pretty good, which tells me that there's probably a successful queen in here. Famous last words. So there we go, we've got good stores. So they've been taking that syrup down, making stores, and they've been drawing out. They're starting to get to this end frame. There we go, the trusty Dadant that we sell, doing the business there. You can see great brood, lots of larvae between all the sealed brood cells. I can see eggs already. There are eggs wall to wall. All the eggs are just little grains of rice. And depending on the position of them, you know how long ago they were laid. These ones looking like they were laid probably 2 to 3 days ago, most of them. So I'm going to take this old queen cage out. You don't want that littering up the hive. And we are going to get a box and put it on top. So back again, we've got our box now full of some frames that I actually made up earlier using the Thomas frames that are wired, and you just melt the foundation onto them. And like that, we have double brooded this. I'm gonna now fill up this feeder because we want them to kick on and give them a bit of encouragement to draw out all that lovely comb that we need them to make. I'm going to be filling this right to the top. We want them to have a good old feed, and that will leave us 2 or 3 weeks then really before we need to come back here.
And hopefully split them again.
So, stone on top, we're done.
Alright, here's another one. Bursting. Look at that. New season Nuke. That is ready to be sold. I don't want to sell them yet because I want the queen to lay some new frames up for me so I can sell this box and still have some bees and brood left over to take another queen and keep the production going. No point selling all your bees and you being stuck without any yourself. So like we saw with Andy, give these a bit of a smoke down. Take the end frame out. That one's just set up. Hopefully into frame 2. Oh, look at that. There's the queen. So we don't need to see any more in here. No point inspecting fresh nukes just for the sake of inspecting. If you come into the nuke yard, you're coming in to do a job. Do the job and go. These bees are better off left to crack on. Because look how strong that is. First week of May. And we've got a new season nuke ready to go. But we're not going to sell it yet. Double brood. Move the cage. Put the frames up tight. Set up and off we go. And that's it. Now the idea is, the reason we fill the feeder right up now is basically I want the bees to draw the top box up, the queen to lay them up perfectly. This, what we're doing here is nuke production. We're artificially making nukes, giving them fresh air foundation, plenty of syrup. The bees are bringing the pollen in and they can just grow and grow and grow and produce the best frames, the best brood, and we're giving them food so they're not malnutritioned at all, and then we can just churn nukes out full time. That's what we're doing here. If you were at home in your apiary doing this for yourself, there's no need to use the same level of feed. We're feeding bees here just like you would in farming. If you wanted to finish something off, you feed them, so they're given the best nutrition they can get, and they grow big and strong, ready to be turned into burgers. But we're not turning nothing into burgers here, we're turning stuff into nukes, and we're getting people into beekeeping, and this is by far the most efficient way of doing nukes. And I tell you what, these nukes, they look fantastic, but you'll be seeing plenty of that in the videos. So here's one that was next door. I only put this on last week. They're already up in there, drawing the frames out. Feeder's empty. Gonna give that kind of a home. I don't think I had enough feed last week to give them a full feed, so they probably had a quarter or a half. I'll give this another half now, and basically we want to be free for 2 or 3 weeks with no jobs to do on the nuke yard, so it frees us up to do the honey production sites for the next few weeks. That's the plan, because you don't want to be chasing it, going back to the same site all the time, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Do the work here now and forget about it for 2 to 3 weeks. That's the plan, and that's how you manage hundreds of colonies. Can't put any smoker on the poly. They done got a spring. Now we came to this one, there's a lot of dead bees in the feeder. So my first instinct was the lid must be damaged. So I looked around. No, the lid is spot on. I'm looking right. So I thought it's damaged around here. No, but on closer look, I don't know if we can see that, but right there, there's a hole. The bees have burrowed through to get at it. So we're going to block that up with some grass so they can't come in. But basically, that feeder needs to come back with us one day, maybe when we sold the bees and that nuke becomes empty. We're going to have to put some fill on the bottom there to level it up so they can't come in and under. So I just thought I'd show you that things happen. These polystyrene hives work great, but the downside is the bees can chew them. Here's one. Not looking the best. So did they kill the queen? It does happen. Bees are a bit more vocal, which tells me there's a problem. The queen was released, fine. No, we got some eggs, we got some brood. Things are fine, yeah, it's just, obviously when we did this split, there wasn't that many bees left. And there's the queen. Because basically, sometimes when we do these splits, we sell the 6 best frames with the queen off and the nuke. Sometimes you're only left with 2 brood frames, maybe 1 brood frame, if it's really early in the season. And then you drop a queen in, and obviously that hive or nuke is going to take a lot longer to develop than something that there's 4 frames of brood left in there with bees. So they get a much bigger head start. So something like this, they're going to be 3 weeks behind something that is a lot more advanced in bees before we give it a queen. Back in the soda wash. Now there. What's the time? Are we late for food? No. Back by 1. But we are going to carry, we're going to do 2 trips each, 6 boxes each. So we're going to bring 12 hives back, nukes back, take them back to base so we can clean them down and get them filled back up. But yeah, basically that's double brooding nukes. Nothing complex. It's probably one of the easiest jobs in beekeeping, double brooding nukes. Well, that's it for this video, and I just remember we got queens coming again this week, which brings us up to something like 80 something queens in so far, and we'll do a video on how we've been introduced them this year. We've done it a little bit different this year, talking to a few people, and we've been doing the masking tape trick, and we've had not far off 100% success rate with them this year. Really good results. Obviously the bees are good as well. So we'll do a video on how to do the masking tape trick, but I can't take any credit for that. Other beekeepers have been telling me, and I'll talk about that and them in that video, which will be standalone. So it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.
See you in the next one.